Hey friends, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge. I'm starting this recording on January 7th. This will not... Oh, here comes Bandit. Bandit wants to say hi. Come on. Come here. There you go. There you go. Nice hug. Yes, you're such a good dog. Turn around. Look at the camera. They want to see you. Hello, everyone. Yeah, Bandit's been a great dog this last month or so. He's been pestering me quite a bit to go outside, but thankfully my wife works in education. She's a teacher's assistant, and so she had a lot of the Christmas holidays home, so she could let this guy out when he needs to, and now I'm able to at least stand at the door and let him out and let him come back in. Yeah, because I can get around fairly good. Can I put you down now? There you go. We're going to be talking about this knife. It won't be a full review. It's just going to be a nice video about this knife. I've had it, let's cover my eyes up so it focuses on the device instead of my face. I've had this thing for a couple months now, or we've had it. My wife does most of the cooking, certainly now that I can't stand at the kitchen counter and cut things. TwoSun has got several. I think White Mountain Knives had 6 or 7 of their kitchen knives that they were selling. They're all sold out at the moment. I will put on the screen, I've contacted Justin at White Mountain Knives to ask him if they're going to be getting more of these or not. Whatever response he gives me, I'll put it on the screen, so maybe you can hit that notify me link on whichever one or ones you want, so that you'll be notified when they're back in stock. So this is 14C28N, full tang, G10, pinned on, and you know, it's a nice kitchen knife. I really like the shape of this one. We've not had a kitchen knife this shape, and what it's useful for, look at that shape. It's actually very good for piercing into things like melons, because you've got a really nice profile there for getting it in. And yet it still does vegetables and other things really well. I'll give you all the sizes and dimensions when we're at the tabletop. But like I said, this isn't really a review video. I won't go through every single spec and as deep as I did on my reviews, when I was doing my full reviews. Hopefully by the end of January, I'll be able to do full reviews. For now, it's just too painful to sit upright on a chair for very long. My knee really gets annoyed. That makes editing really difficult, because it's hard to edit from a sofa, or a recliner, I should say. It's just not that easy, especially, I won't go into why. Let's get to the tabletop instead of me yapping for half an hour and take a good close look at this thing. All right, here it is. Now, they are out of stock at White Mountain Knives on all of the TwoSun Chef's Knives series. They've also had a utility knife listing. They all start with TS9 or TS8, and they're triple digits, so TS888 or whatever. This one's TS999. 14C28N stainless steel, and like I showed you in the intro, it's, full tang steel, bolsters, pinned G10, very simply made, but certainly functional. Got a nice belly on the handle here, and a little bit of, a swell coming out the back end there. Very comfortable in hand, and the balance point is right where you want it to be, right in there. So it's easy to hold and use for, chopping action. So nice pinch point right there. TwoSun, made in Yangjiang. My Chinese is just terrible. I don't know how to pronounce that, in China. And on this side, it just says Wong Design. If you know Wong Design from Sanrenmu and from TwoSun, he makes a lot of really good designs. Slightly upswept, and then basically a nice long clip point blade. Look at that blade shape. The light just, I'm not sure what to do about the light. I've mentioned it in other videos. If I've got a very shiny blade, it just either goes dark like that, or super reflective like that, but if I lay it down on the table, you can get a pretty good idea, there we go, of the shape of the blade. So I like that. You've got a nice point for piercing into things. Oh, by the way, if you want to get one of these from White Mountain Knives, I'll have a link down below for these. Click the notify me button, and the more people that click the notify me button and put their email address in, the more of those he gets, the more likely that they're going to get brought back if possible. So since we don't know if they're coming back or not, I'm not doing a super in-depth video. Enough to say, full flat grind, it works really, really well. Let's do some of the measurements though. Let's go to millimeters first. I just poked myself on the heel of that. And let's measure how thick it is behind the grind right there. There you go. See, 0.37, 0.4, something like that. Nice and thin behind the grind. Don't have the grind angles on this. It's not super evenly ground, but yeah, you need to resharpen it yourself anyways after it gets dull, right? So the grind angles from the factory aren't that big of a deal. It did cut quite well out of the box. The weight of this knife, 269 grams. That's 9.5 ounces. The cutting edge length is about 8¼ inches, which is around 21 centimeters. The handle length here, roughly, let's say, what is it, 11 centimeters or so, which is about 4½ inches. So that's quite good. How thick is the handle here? 0.85 inches, which is, oh, metrics over here, 21.7 millimeters. So that's roughly what size it is. I think it is a really, really nice knife. It's well polished. I really like full flat grind. I like that it's got a distal taper. It starts thinning, about where this, point is, full thickness here, and then it slowly starts thinning. It's not super thin at the tip, just a little, very tiny bit flexible. It's a good knife. Of course, it leaves fingerprints all over the place because my skin's a little bit oilier than most. It's a good working kitchen knife. It's nothing super special, like not a stupid high-end steel, but 14C28N is a good steel. These knives are what did I say, $45, $49? Under $50 US anyway for this knife. And they just work well. My wife used it mostly, especially in recent times since I've been out of commission because of my knee replacement surgery. It's all dirty really quickly because, like I said, my hand, I already said that before. It's a good knife. They've got several other styles. They've got the Santoku style. They've got your Rick Classic Chef's knife. They got a number of different styles of knives if you like a different shape. And hopefully, Justin over at White Mountain Knives will be able to get the other ones in stock. It's a good knife. This is not the full in-depth kind of review like I usually do. I will be getting to those very soon. It's just sitting here for these 6 or 7 minutes that I've had. What is it now? Oh, it's only 3.5 minutes. My knee is just screaming at me because sitting upright like this, it literally is very painful. I need to spend most of my time still with my leg raised on a recliner. But I like to make videos, not because I feel like I need to make them for you guys. I need to do something for me. Sitting on a recliner all the time is really boring. If you're looking for a good chef's knife at a budget price, consider these. If you want to support the channel, you can go to patreon.com/CCE, or below this video down in this corner here. If you haven't subscribed yet, it'll say subscribe in blue, and then just to the left of that, it'll say join in blue. You can hit that join button and support the channel that way. And if you support the channel, you get put on my list. I do a random draw for all my supporters every month, and one of my supporters wins one of the knives I reviewed in the previous month. So that's really, really good for you guys, and I think it's good for me that you guys are supporting me. I need all the help I can get. If you watched the most recent video I posted, yeah, I just had 4 knives confiscated. I am going to try to ship them back to the United States. Of course, it's going to cost me more shipping. It's not just easy shipping. CBSA makes me use a bonded carrier, and they're going to charge more and everything. But I'm going to try to get them sent back to the United States so I don't just lose all that money. If you're interested in this knife, the TS999, links and more info down below. So thanks, my friends, for watching. And remember, friends, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye for now.